Today let us move on to Chapter 8 on page 121 and 122. We have been discussing about nature of soil. Nature of soil, the weathering causes soil. The big rock, due to climatic conditions like heat, temperature, wind, cold, what happened? Big rock changes into small pieces and forms soil. So such a long process takes hundreds of years to form a soil. Also, we studied that soil has many microorganisms and which is responsible for formation of humus, decaying or decomposing organic matters, and also soil has water particles which help the plants, root of the plants to absorb nutrition along with the water from the soil. Today we discuss about different characteristics of different kind of soils. Basically, this soil is classified into three types: sandy soil, clay soil, and loamy soils. In sandy soil, more amount of sand and less amount of clays are present. Sandy soil consists of more than 60% of sand and less than 10% of clay. Sand particle size are very big, which is greater than 0.2 millimeter in size. Sand particles are coarse to touch, that means rough. When we touch, we feel roughness. But when you touch a clay soil, it gives smoothness. But sandy soil is coarse or rough in nature. Sandy soil can hold much air because much air space between the two particles. It is not good for the plants to grow, which cannot hold the water. Water holding capacity is lacking in sandy soil, but it is used in constructing building along with cementing materials. But clay soils are having more than 60% clay. Clay particle size are very small. They are very smooth and sticky to touch. They have little space between the particles. They can hold water but don't have air, because space between the particles is less, so it has less amount of air, which is not good for plant growth as well as which is not good for plant root to breathe. Plant root also breathe like us. They also need air. Since the soil cannot have space, they don't have space, so air also lacking. So plants root don't get enough air to breathe. So plants cannot grow here. It is used for making pottery idols, bricks and all. The next soil type is loamy soil, which consists of sand, clay, silt and humus, which is very good for plant growth because rich in fertility. This soil is rich in fertility. It is a fertile soil which is good for the plant to grow. The space between the particles is intermediate between this sandy soil and clay soil. Enough space is there for the air to trap inside. They also have right water holding capacity, so they can hold water also, they can have air also, so which is good for plants to show better growth. Loamy soil are good for farming and gardening, and it is also best for plant growth. Tell me which is the best soil for the plant to grow among three. Loamy soil is best for plants because it has water holding capacity, it has air holding capacity, it has a mixture of sand, clay, silt and humus, which is rich in fertility and nutrients. Here is an activity 4 is to study the texture of sand, loamy and clayey soil. Now what you are going to do is take sandy soil, loamy soil and clay soil separately and mix these soils with water. Now we are going to make a ball. Before making a ball, you have to remove the big pieces which are present in the soil. Now make a small ball with the help of this soil. Now tell me, what do you observe? Now what is your experiences? Sandy soil will not form a ball, whereas loamy soil will form a ball as well as clay soil also form a ball. But loamy soil soon crumble. It can be broken. But clay soil, it is very difficult to break. Easily does not break. That means will not be loosened. So tell me which is good. Loamy soil is we can make a ball also, and it is crumble also. Crumble means we can make into small pieces. That means broken into small pieces. Okay, what do you conclude? So, which soil is best? Definitely, it is a loamy soil because it can hold water also. It is smooth also. You can gritty. What is gritty? Water holding capacity also there in what is that in loamy soil. But in sandy soil, we feel loose because it cannot hold water. We cannot make this soil into ball because it water holding capacity is not having. What is grittiness? The same meaning, water holding capacity. Okay, loamy soil is smooth and partially gritty, and also it is sticky. Clay soil is very smooth and sticky. Now tell me who is having good texture. It is definitely loamy soil. The next activity 5 is to find out the water retaining capacity in sand and clay. Here the materials required are measuring cylinder, 2 glass funnels, and sand, clay, and water. Now keep 2 cylinder, measuring cylinder on which reading is mentioned. Over this cylinder, keep funnel. In one funnel with the cylinder, you are going to put sand in the funnel. Whereas in other funnel, you are going to put clay. Now you are going to take 3 ml of water with the help of dropper. And you are going to add this water to this sand soil also and also clay soil also. Separately you have to do this activity. Now after a while you observe the water which is stored in measuring cylinder. Tell me in which case, in sand or clay, cylinder in which sand is kept and the other cylinder clay is kept, isn't it, over the cylinder? And tell me in which cylinder shows more reading or in which cylinder more water is present. Definitely it is in cylinder in which sand is kept. Where did you keep the sand? Over the beaker, isn't it? Over the beaker what is there? Funnel. Inside the funnel what is there? Sand is kept. Like this in one funnel you kept sand, the other funnel clay you kept. Now after adding water, we can see more water has been drained through this sand than the clay. How do you know? With the help of measuring cylinder, we come to know in which case more water is drained. Definitely it is in sand because sand, in between the sand particles, much space is present, so they cannot hold water. The water easily, whatever water you are pouring, it easily drain into through the sand particles. So it will be concluded that sand has less water retaining capacity. Water holding capacity is less than the clay. Thus plants cannot grow well in this soil. Now you tell me what is silt. This type of soil particles are produced by weathering of rock. It is also called as rock floor stone dust. Silt can be called as rock floor stone dust. Its size is larger than the clay but smaller than the sand. Silt occurs at the deposit in flowing river bed and gets transported to plains when the flood comes. It is also good soil, rich in fertility, so plants grow well. We know that different plants require different types of soil, isn't it? So the various factors affecting crop growth are soil, moisture, air, and pH, that means power of hydrogen ion in the soil, and supply of minerals. So growth of the plant depend upon these all factors. Soil also, this remaining factor also. Soil also gets affected by climatic factors like wind, temperature, light, rainwater fluctuations, snow, and humidity. What is the meaning of fluctuations? Increasing and decreasing temperature or rainfall. We can say changes in this climate. These all factors which affect the nature of the soil. Now tell me which type of soil leads to waterlogging. Clay soil leads to waterlogging because when you put water, water will not drain downwards. It is stagnated in the soil. So which causes the root to spoil, which damages the root of the plant. So this clay soil is not best for plants to grow. But loamy soil hold the right amount of water which help the plant to show better growth.